everyone, and welcome back to something to do with Jurassic World Evolution 3. Not 2, not 1, but 3. We're looking at some B-roll that I've been sent over from Frontier. I'm sure this is available as of the time of this going up, but we've got 4 minutes of footage to look at, and of course we're going to react to it first, and then we'll dissect it as we go. The first one is about the juvies. Okay, so we're in Japan. Oh, I see some Parasaurolophuses there. I like the canyon. That's quite nice. So there's the male and female Triceratops. And the baby have little dads. Yes. Some raptors. Baby raptors. They didn't win the cute poll, but they did win one of the polls. I can't remember which one it was. Interesting. Oh, and here we go. We've got the infant mosasaur there. Swimming around. Oh. I love that they've got animations for their parents as well. That's really cool. Little things like this, little attention to detail, really just help your park and your animals feel alive. Oh, a baby Quetzal! We haven't seen that before. Oh, is that the male? I'm guessing the male's more brightly colored. Oh, look at them! Oh, they're cute. Yes. And here's... Oh, that's a T-Rex nest. 2 babas! I wonder what the size could be of their like, max clutch they have. So, whoa, and that's the end. Okay. I love that now that we have, you know, this elevation tool that we can really utilize with the steep cliffs, you can have a valley going through, which is really nice. And a closer look at the male and female Triceratops, of course the male being on the right here with its brighter colors. I'm assuming now that female patterns and colors may be a bit more subdued than the males, although they look like they've got the Rana pattern on. That's the lighter skin tone. But apart from the size of the horn and the size of the crest or frill, whatever you want to call it.
Crest.
They seem to be exactly the same, which I guess that makes sense. Oh, I completely missed it. I didn't see the raptor playing with its tail before. How did I not see that? But yeah, there's definitely a lot of different animations going on here. Here is the winner of our cute baby poll contest that we had on the channel. Mosasaur won by a landslide. Now, what's interesting about this is that, we're going to have a discussion about it, of course. You know, we're getting 80 species to start with instead of, you know, Jurassic World Evolution 2 ended with 111 or 112. So, you know, a lot of that roster is going to have to be cut, and it's probably going to be reintroduced in DLCs. But if every species can have babies, that's like a new species, basically, when it comes to animation, rigging, modeling, and that's a lot of work. So on the surface, it doesn't look like there's a lot, and if anything, things have been trimmed out and cut back. You could have called that a different Pteranodon, and I would be like, oh, cool. I would have been none the wiser. What's interesting here that we haven't seen is any in-between stage. Like, we have baby stage, and we have adult stage. There's no in-between. So I'm not expecting something like the Isle. Something where there's a gradual growth system or Path of Titans, that sort of thing. It's just gonna be a baby, and then all of a sudden, boop, they're an adult. I mean, I could be wrong here. I have yet to see 2 babies next to each other that are different heights. Like, you can see there, the raptors, same height there. I mean, you got the males fighting each other there, and then we get a little playing with the baby lying down. And of course, another mosasaur, again, the same height. And if we even go back to these 2, they look to be the same height. The T-Rexes, they look about the same height as well. It's definitely their big seller. They were like, oh, well, we've got juvie dinos now. That's what you've been asking for since the first one, right? But now, let's look at more of the gameplay side of things. This one has to do with the ATV. Oh my god, that looks so cool! You see the way that it's got a front of the building? Sorry, I had to pause this straight away. I didn't even notice that. I mean, if you just think these are all modular buildings, somebody made that. So it's a bit like Disneyland, how you have the, you know, the outward facing, oh yeah, look, this is how the guests see, and then behind it's all maintenance and hard work. I like that. That's something that we didn't really get to do with Jurassic World Evolution or Evolution 2. You always had the maintenance-y looking places, but they could just be right next to the whatchamacallit, everyone else, the rest of the attractions. So here's the ATV. It's resupplying. It has a health bar at the top, I'm assuming. Operations. Ooh. So we've got the cameras here. We've got... that seems to be maybe an outpost by the looks of it. I don't know what these other buildings are. See, yeah, security camera, 1 power. We've got the old, like, visitor center and stuff. Here we go, placing the security camera. And then a sign. Aha! So once it catches, okay, so here we go. It's seen that a dinosaur's broken out.
Attention personnel. We have an asset on the loose.
Oh, you know what? He didn't say asset out of containment. Okay, so Ranger team doesn't repair fences anymore. The ATV does. And there you go. So this has all happened automatically. I don't know if the ATV was also automatic, if that was also assigned. But you still need to do the transporting back into. Okay, so you can't be all automatic. You've got to do a little bit of work, even if it is just clicking and placing it back into the enclosure. And here we go. Look, you've got shallow water here, or it appears to be shallow water, and then deep water as well. And showing that dinosaurs are still transported in the old way, which is being lifted and whatnot. But we have seen in the trailer that there was something being transported in a crate. So that might be a dinosaur from a different part of the world, like the campaign has you all over the world, so maybe if you transport between parks, maybe that's how they appear, rather than, just being glided in, possibly. And we've still got the outposts there that we usually have with Jurassic World Evolution 2. So this is the maintenance facility. It has 2 ATVs in there. Work, rotor, maintain, and repair. So they both are, and then you can jump to one. They have their 5 tasks and orders that they can do. So they take photos, switch camera, and open site map, which is interesting. Again, another look at the para, which we haven't really seen, but it's basically Jurassic World Evolution 2, right? Like, they're going to be the same. And what's interesting is you don't really need to keep an eye on all of the enclosure, just where the fences are, where they could break out. Especially if you're just going to have cliffs the whole way. I would be interested to see what a park would look like without any fences and it's all just cliffs. That would be interesting. And people just looked at, oh yeah, because you wouldn't be able to place the viewing vents and stuff, or gyrospheres. And the final footage we've got to look at has to do with speed building, apparently. So let's have a look. Okay, so we're in the Malta area here. Right, so here we go. This is how you make... Okay, yep. That's what I'm used to seeing, is that when you push the water into the cliff, it pushes it back. Oh, there's the Spinos! No deep water here. I've done my fair share of this, it has to be said. You got intensity, fall off, slope. Fall off's different to slope, I assume. And look at that! That was so cool! The way that now you can, instead of, oh my god, there's so much! We're gonna have to break this down. Okay, so it's a grid system. That's good. So you don't have to really, just turn it, rotate it a tiny bit. You can have a grid system to help snap things into position. You can scale. And then we got 3D tools. If anyone's played with any 3D software, Blender, Maya, anything like that, those tools themselves are what you use in a 3D software. So it seems like they're just bringing the actual tools in rather than making their own. Loads of different color options as well, and loads of pieces. Did you see all those pieces that came up? Even freaking blinds. Wow. Okay. I mean, flower beds and baskets scaling up, an AC system there, trash bags, security cameras, cranes. There is so much you can do. And even if you're not into making a building look amazing, like for my instance, I've been making ecosystems, right? Like I've been trying to recreate Jurassic Park, Isla Nublar, Isla Sorna. Just being able to place individual things like this is a godsend. Because I would love to just make just a little, weird little building, like if I need to recreate a bunker or the village, right, from Isla Sorna. I don't have to, I'm not restricted to just a building, or, maybe I am, but at least this way, there's so much more that I can do. Oh, they all selected and changed the same angle snap, position snap, binding, and then look at that! I don't even know what this is. It is a building of some sort. It's probably a hotel, I'm assuming. So you can really customize. This isn't something that I'm personally that interested in, I'm gonna be honest. Because it's just too complicated. My fun lies in the dinosaurs. And I, unfortunately, I'm a bit worried because we haven't really seen... here's some other ones. Different types of buildings that people have made. Even things that don't even look like that is obviously very Japanese inspired. You've got sushi there. But things that don't even look like they are a certain building. You've got like a log cabin look there for this restaurant, but I'm assuming they're all the same. They're all like a diner or a barista, a cafe, or whatever you want to call it. But they look completely different. But yes, this side of things, it's great that they've gone into, and of course they've done it with Planet Zoo, and the customization that you can do in there is crazy. But what draws me into games like this, what drawed me into JPOG, what drawed me into Jurassic World Evolution in the first place, is the interactions that dinosaurs can have with each other. And Evolution was a good basis, right? The dinosaurs did a little duel thing. They circled each other a bit, and then there was a winner. Evolution 2 made it a little bit better, and they would clash and twist, and then there was certain ways that things could go, but it was still that turn-based system, you know. It was like Final Fantasy. But I'm not seeing anything really with this. I'm also noticing that we have a mosasaur or a tylosaur attacking something over there. It looks a little bit too dainty for a mosasaur. Like, that head should be way bigger. So we've actually got our first look at a different aquatic mosasaur there. It doesn't look like a tylosaur, or at least the tylosaur that we know of in Evolution 2. Could be something else. Could be a basilosaur for all I know, but the head looks very small in comparison. I do like this sort of thing. I do like the terraforming aspect. And then when it obviously meets, the waterfall goes down. And I was made aware that you could do this in Zoo Tycoon 2. I had no idea. If you just have two elevations and put water next to each other, a waterfall automatically appears. How long ago was that? Was that 2003 that we had that or something? Good God. But what we see here is all of the different terrain. So, and the fact that there's loads of different types. One thing here, look at this. You got the rough texture. That was a mod. The way I had to use that with one of my builds just to make the, you know, because everything looks very smooth, but you could just add this roughness to it, which is really nice. You've also got, you know, making things less sharp. And then these ones here are just so good. This slope aspect, because normally what you would do is you just have to smooth and just like, you know, slowly feather it off as you made something bigger. It'd take a long time. But here, it's very quick. Does it have a name for this one? I'm not sure. Radius, and then it's just a simple point, click, and then boom. You've got a perfect elevation. And that is really freaking good. That is so good, because then you can really, I'm assuming radius as well is determined in there as well. You could have little valleys, little paths, little maintenance roads even running behind an enclosure. We do see the Spinos there, but there's no swimming Spinos just yet. But this advanced move. I mean, do we have that before? I'm sorry, I'm just so used to my mods. I don't know if you had advanced move in Jurassic World Evolution 2. But the cave system, that's really cool. I love that. Group 92, 33 objects. So this cave system isn't an object in itself. It's made up of other ones. So you can group things together. That's something you couldn't do with Jurassic World Evolution 2. You could, you know, shift, click, and then move everything together, but you couldn't group it. You couldn't nest like a bunch of objects together, and therefore next time. And you can even split it up. You can make it a blueprint. I'm assuming that means it gets put into your roster of buildings and environmental rocks and stuff that you can place down, I'm assuming. But also I'd assume that you'd be able to upload it. So I don't know if Blueprint is uploading it to the cloud so everyone else can download it, have a look at it, or if it is just for your own menus. But having them nested and grouped together reduces the RAM and the processing that it puts on your computer or your console, because there's been so many cases where I made the biosyn facility in Jurassic World Evolution 2, but it was made with so many objects, it was lagging the game. I had such high hopes for this park. I really did. I thought this is going to be so cool. We can have the first episode as, like, this is... I mean, look at it there. Look at it. It's gorgeous. It looks so good. And then if you look at the map, oh, now we start to see a big problem. Push this game to its breaking point. So much so, recording this episode has taken 5 attempts without it crashing. And in order to do that, I've had to delete a lot of things. Because as soon as I started making something, I click save, and the game doesn't show me any save files. The game says, no save files. So I can't save it. And that was one building. So I'm hoping that when you nest everything, the game's not thinking, okay, I need to render all the stuff inside. It just looks at all the parts outside and then hollows the inside. Because that's where it gets complicated with all the light refracting and stuff inside. And I think, hopefully, that's a workaround. But, you know, making something like that might be possible now. Making something like the biosyn facility and nesting it all together. And then you can make way more stuff. This sort of thing I like. And look at this. You've got the bricks, you've got the foundation, you've got rooftops, fences, pillars, doors, more fences, like picket fences, construction. You've even got like an amber. I'm assuming that's for decoration. Lighting, rocks, table and chairs. Not too sure what the paper is. Font. I'm assuming that's for signs and stuff. 3D and an aquarium. Or at least maybe lagoon assets there as well. So there is just, you could spend hours and hours on this game now. And I hope you guys do, because I will download your blueprints. And be like, oh, this looks amazing, brilliant. But for me, like, you know, it is a shame that I'm not seeing too much on the dinosaurs. I want to see more interactions. I want to see, you know, that's the whole reason why I come to this. This sort of creation is in Planet Coaster. It's in Planet Zoo, which is all fair enough. I think now, you know, they're all games from Frontier. It's a given with their consoles or their titles. But the dinosaurs you only get in Jurassic World Evolution 3. So I really, really do hope that we'll get something, anything that shows me that all the dinosaur interactions and the behaviors are different from Evolution 2. I mean, yes, now we're going to get some dinosaurs that swim, because we've got deep water, and so that'll be the Spino will be able to swim, the T-Rex will be able to swim. We even see in the trailer, the Brachiosaurs can also sort of submerge themselves. They're not swimming, because they're so big. But, really cool. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I still have that niggling feeling that hasn't been satiated. The thought that, why is this, you know, Evolution 3 a thing? Why is this not a DLC for Jurassic World Evolution 2? Now, I know Evolution 2 worked for PS4 and Xbox 360 and I think Switch, but Jurassic World Evolution 3 is only out for PS5 and Xbox One and PC. So the fact that now you're not having to make it compatible with older generations of consoles, I really hope that they're gonna capitalize on that in some sort of way. But anyway, guys, there are my thoughts on the new B-roll that has been released. A little bit of gameplay for Jurassic World Evolution 3. I'm probably saying 2 somewhere in this video by accident because I'm just so used to saying it. But let me know what your comments are. I'm seeing a little bit of a divide in the fan base, and I don't mean to exacerbate that. I'm just airing out my thoughts. But yeah, I mean, the deluxe edition has 2 new dinosaurs. The Guanlong looks brilliant, and the Protoceratops looks great, and they come with babies, variants, and everything. But then you've got a repackaging of the Thanatos Draken and the Concavenator, which those are barely a year old in Evolution 2, and now have a price tag on them. So, I'm hoping we're not seeing like every DLC going forward. Might bring back some old dinosaurs as well as some new ones. I think almost without certainty I can say that, you know, the game plan's going to be the same. They're going to release DLCs with 4 dinosaurs or so, with new cosmetics, new blueprints that you can, you know, use to customize your buildings and all that jazz. It's just, I need to see something that says to me, oh, okay, this justifies another $80 or whatever it is. But at the same time, I feel it's so hypocritical when I play app games and I pay a monthly fee for certain things in those games. Whereas here, there's so much work and effort that's gone into it in a game that I already have plowed hundreds of hours into. Hold on, how many hours is it? Oh, 339.3 hours. Okay, that feels like a lot. It's a big number. I'm sure there's other people out there that have put way more into it than I have. But with all that being said, I'm still excited to play this. I'm still excited to see just, the potential of what the fans can make with this, and the islands that, because, I mean, when you see islands that people have made on console and stuff, and they try their best with what they've got. I think there was an Easel Sauna that somebody made. I don't know, it was definitely on console. But, you could only get the cliffs to be so high, because that's just what Jurassic World Evolution 2 has offered to you. But with mods on PC, I've basically been able to do everything that is in Jurassic World Evolution 3. Almost everything. There's certain things, obviously, like the deep water I can't do. The waterfalls are things you can download. Yes, they don't actually work, but they're just, it's just an object that makes it look like a waterfall, and you put the splashes at the bottom. But anyway, guys, I don't know. I throw the ball into your court. Comment down below. I'm very curious. We'll have a nice discussion here. No name calling. Don't call people who don't like or are hesitant to buy Jurassic World Evolution 3 for the concerns I've raised fake fans. And then don't call everyone who's hyped for Jurassic World Evolution 3 fanboys. So if you've enjoyed this video, leave a like, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Oh, bye-bye.